Hello everyone and welcome back. In this question, two concurrent force P and Q act at O such that their resultant acts along x-axis. Determine the magnitude of Q, hence the resultant. So in this question, they have given some condition. What is the condition? So condition is that two concurrent force P and Q. So there are two forces P and Q. These two forces are concurrent force where value of P is given as 480 Newton and Q is one which we have to find. Condition is that such that the resultant acts along the x-axis. So what is given? Resultant is given along x-axis. Resultant is pure horizontal. It can be along positive x-axis or it can be along negative x-axis. That's different thing. But right now resultant is acting along x-axis. So when I'm saying resultant is given along x-axis, can I say that summation of Fy is equal to 0? Because when I'm saying resultant is given along x-axis, so I'll say that this force is representing resultant and vertical component of the horizontal force is 0. So when your force is horizontal, its vertical component will be what? 0. So I can say that summation of Fy is equal to 0, or I can also say that which is equal to Ry, that is vertical component of the resultant. So from here one thing is very clear, that summation of Fy is 0, which is equal to Ry. You can call it as summation of Fy or you can call it as Ry. What is the basic formula for resultant, magnitude of the resultant? That is R under root of summation of Fx square plus summation of Fy square. From this given condition, I can say that summation of Fy is equal to 0. So can I say that R is equal to under root of summation of Fx square plus 0 square, because summation of Fy is equal to 0. So this term will give me answer as 0. From that I'll say that R is equal to under root of summation of Fx square. The square root and square will get cancelled out, and finally this implies that R is equal to Rx, or I can say summation of Fx. So from this I'm coming to conclusion, R is equal to Rx and Ry is equal to 0. So one very important thing to be noted over here, we are coming to one conclusion, is that when resultant is given along x-axis or when resultant is horizontal, then I'll say that Rx, which is equal to summation of Fx, is equal to R, whereas another component, that is Ry or summation of Fy, is equal to 0. So that this is a case that is given in the given sum. On other hand, if I say when R is given along y-axis, or we can say R is vertical, then Ry, see, I first take axis along which R is given. R is given along vertical or y-axis, then I'll take Ry, is equal to summation of Fy, which is equal to R. तो जब रिजल्टेंट R के, जब रिजल्टेंट R y के अलॉन्ग दिया रहेगा तो Ry इज इक्वल टू R आएगा, और जो दूसरा कंपोनेंट है Rx वो 0 आएगा. जब R x के अलॉन्ग दिया रहेगा तो Rx R आएगा, whereas Ry will come as 0. This thing you have to remember. Okay. From that we are coming to conclusion that Rx is equal to R, where Ry is equal to 0. Let us start with first Ry, because that is equal to 0. So we are basically trying to reduce the number of unknown. So Ry is equal to summation of Fy, which is basically equal to 0. So 0 is equal to, now to start with, let me first resolve the given force. So here you can see that first is force P. I can resolve it along vertical and horizontal axis. Now angle 30 is given with respect to the horizontal x-axis. Then I can say that this will form my cos component and this will form sine component. this is 480 Newton, then it will give me 480 cos 30, and this will give me 480 sin 30. Now for Q, theta, or we can say alpha, is given indirectly. It is given in terms of slope. So in this given triangle whose height is 4 and base is 3, if I assume that this angle is alpha, okay, this will also come as alpha, okay, then what will be value of tan alpha? Then what is tan alpha? It's opposite upon adjacent. So what is opposite? It's 3 and adjacent is 4, so 3 by 4, and tan inverse of 3 by 4 will give me answer of alpha as 36.87 degree. So value of this alpha is 36.87. Now when I'll go for resolving Q, then one will be its horizontal component, one will be its vertical component. Now you see that alpha is given with respect to vertical, so basically this angle is alpha. With reference to that, can I say that this vertical component will be cos and horizontal component will be sine? Then this will be Q sine alpha and this will be Q cos alpha, where we know value of alpha. There are only two forces and I have resolved both the forces. So let us go for step number 2, and that is Ry is equal to summation of Fy, which is ultimately equal to 0. So I'll say 0 is equal to summation of Fy. Okay, so we'll consider all the vertical force, but keep in mind while resolving the force, while putting the value, I'll say that upward forces are positive and forces that are acting in a downward direction are negative. Then first is 480 sin 30, it's acting in upward direction, then can I say it is 480 sin 30, and I'm putting positive sign here because it's acting in upward direction. Another force you can see, this is Q cos alpha. Now this force is acting in downward direction, then I'll say minus Q. Q is unknown to me, cos alpha. Alpha is 36.87 degree. Now in this equation you will find that there is only one unknown, that is Q. So while solving Q, while solving this equation, I'll get value of Q as 300 newtons. So I got answer of Q. So मेरा जो first to find था, so I have to find value of Q, and I have calculated the magnitude of Q. Next I have to find resultant. Okay, so let us go for resultant. I know that Rx is equal to R. So what is my ultimate aim? It's to find Rx. Once I'll get Rx, I'll say Rx is equal to R and I'll get value of R. So what is Rx? It's summation of all component acting along x-axis. Okay, so Rx is equal to, sorry, this will be x-axis, this will be y-axis. Okay, so Rx is equal to summation of fx, which is equal to R as given here. So I'll say R is equal to summation of fx. Let us consider all horizontal forces. So it is 480 cos 30. It is acting towards right hand side. So I take it as positive. Here I'll say that forces that are acting towards right hand side are positive. So I'll say that 480 cos 30. And next is Q sin alpha. Then I'll say plus Q sin 36.87. Now I know value of Q. Q is equal to how much? 300 newtons. So again, when I'll put value of Q over here, I can solve this entire right hand side. So I'll get value of R, and after solving I'll get value of R as 595.69 Newton. So here what has been asked? To calculate Q and resultant R. I'm getting value of Q as 300 Newton and R as 595.69 Newton. Now the thing is to find direction of resultant. Now it is not asked, it is for your homework. You have to find, actually you have to cross verify with the value of summation of Fy and summation of Fx. It's very simple. You should get answer of theta. What is the force? What is the given force? Given force is resultant. Resultant is given along x-axis. When it's given along x-axis, you must know what theta is coming, and after solving this equation you must get that value. So I am leaving this part up to you. It is not asked, it is like homework for you. So do it and check whether you are getting answer required theta or not. Now to take away from this sum is very first thing here. So when r is given along x axis, जब r x axis के अबाउट दिया रहेगा तो मुझे rx का वैल्यू मिलेगा r एंड ry का वैल्यू मिलेगा 0. जब रिजल्टेंट y एक्सिस के अलोंग दिया रहेगा तो ry का वैल्यू रहेगा r, rx रहेगा 0. Okay, and since here remember that I can only find two unknowns because I have only two equations available with me, that is what, summation of fx and summation of ry. So in this type of sum, at max they can ask you for only two unknowns, and in this equation the two unknowns are q and r. I hope you have understood this sum. This is very important from exam point of view. Thank you.